All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm here finally. It's been a very busy morning for me. So, we have finally reached day 5 of the grief relief, everybody. It has been a journey, everyone. It has been a journey for those who have been tuning into this live. I'm telling you, a lot was shared this week. A lot was shared. All right. Very much so. I want to share this song with you all very quickly before I get started. Hopefully, you can hear it over here. And it kind of resonated in my spirit today. Let me grab my phone here. I was going to pull the speaker out, but I'm not doing that. So, this song right here, we're going to do something a little different today. Because yesterday I was very long winded, but I had a lot of people tuning in. And this song right here, it's really going to bring some things to your mind and your spirit today. And I want to bless you all with this song because I've been listening to this song for a very long time. Give me a second, everyone. Okay. This song is entitled, this one is by Brian Culberson. Culberton. And it's featuring Lori Peer. It's talking about I'm gonna miss you. Like, oh, Pastor J, why you going there? When you listen to the lyrics of the song Congregation, you understand why this can really bring some closure in your life. I do not own the rights to this music, okay? Not the advertisement. I can remember when I first saw your face. You had the biggest smile, and you said I can sing for you any day. Said you'll be doing something soon, and if you could manage my life, I thought you were crazy, but I gave you a call anyway. How can I tell you that I'm surely gonna miss you? How can I tell you that I really do? Taking on my gold, you take me like my load. Yes, you did. Talking this yes from me. Oh, how sometimes we would disagree, yes we would. Oh, but you kept your cool. You said, girl, never let me see you act a fool. Oh, how I miss those times. You're not being here never crossed my mind. that I'm surely gonna miss you. How can I tell you that I need you? You said that I also stand up. Didn't tell anyone that you were here. I'm in pain and misery. You're crying out loud. Somebody please help me. You are surrounded by your angels. Friends who love into me. And I'm sorry that you had to be this way. I believe you're better than the praise. I'll tell you that I'm surely gonna miss you, yeah. And I tell you that I've been letting you miss you. I'm sorry that you had to be this way. Sing the song. Tell the story. I feel your face. I feel what you mean. I see you again. I wanted to bless you all with that song today because it's very dear unto me. And every now and then I have those moments where I want to just bless everybody with certain things that I listen to when the cameras are off and I'm on social media. That song has got me through a lot of rough passages with grief. As you listen to the lyrics of the song, everyone, many of us are in the beginning phase of grief, and many of us have been going through this for quite a long time. The question that we have here today, are you ready to heal? For me, I am. Your question, are you ready to heal for yourself? It's totally up to you and where you want that to go in your life. For me, I want to have a fulfilling and a promising life. I want to have closure and happiness. And I continue to bring that out there because that's what I'm longing for in my life. And I mentioned to you all in this series, I mentioned to you all in this series of things that I've experienced with grief. I laid the foundation down. I told it the way it is and what I experienced in my life. Many things that we go through on a day-to-day basis, everyone, is that we all have to go down this road of grief. You can turn around and work it out, sex it out, drink it out, smoke it out, suppress those things that you do to not deal with it, to pretty much feel numb. You're like, who do you think you are talking to me? No, I'm being real. People do that. And some people never come back from grief. That's called complication grief. That means prolonging grief. That means the grief has went on. And a lot of people can't ever forget that. And many people will tell you, go get over it, you'll be fine. Not if your heart doesn't receive it. You know in your mind, but those two have to intertwine. You're gonna have a you're gonna have highs and lows in this journey called grief. It's the reality of it. Many people work, and work to kind of keep their mind occupied, and that helps them. But the moment you begin to settle down and get yourself together, let me tell you this: grief will slap you right in the face. Okay, you can work and do everything to keep yourself occupied, but when that word grief come in, it's a done deal because it overpowers you. You have to sit down and let those tears flow. You got to let those emotions come out. That's a part of healing, ladies and gentlemen and children. That is a part of healing. You can't run from that word grief. You can pack it up, pack it up, pack it up, pack it up for a very long time. But the reality is you have to face it if you like it or not. You're very bold, but I'm being honest. Have you ever went somewhere and all of a sudden you just broke down crying for no reason? That's a release that you have kept that emotion in for a very long time. That's the part of healing, the work that you have to pull in. And you can't continue to afflict things in order to move forward. Are you ready to have joy? I am. The question is, are you ready to have joy in your life? What does joy look like for you? It starts with God. God brings you that joy. God, the one heals that broken heart. And He wants you to be reminded every day that He's with you during this time of your life that's trying and challenging. See, life has a funny way of changing just like that. And when you really start to really look at it, July has been one heck of a month for people. So many people have lost loved ones. So many people are grieving so hard. The heaviness is real in this world. And many people are really going through this every single day. The lack of motivation, the lack of inspiration, the lack of anything causes them to really lose focus. Some spend a lot of time at the cemetery. A lot spend time in bed. A lot of them are very depressed. Some are severely depressed and even suicidal. And at the end of this life, thank you, Holy Spirit, I will give you all tools to reach out for support. OTM provide those tools. I'm a counselor. I counsel people behind the scenes. I give them words of encouragement. And I meet you right where you are. I have counseled a few people on this platform. And they came to me in confidentiality with the mental as well as grief. Like, how you do that when you're dealing with you? Because I've learned how to separate the two. Are you ready to be a new version of yourself? And the scary part about it, everybody, nobody's ready to be a new version of themselves. Everybody's so familiar with the old version that they just don't want to go there. And when you become the new version of yourself, ladies and gentlemen and children, It's a different journey that you're taking. You start to experience things in your life that you never thought you'd be able to experience. And why I say that is because when you begin to open your eyes and open your heart to possibilities of change, it frightens many people out there to be a new version. They don't know where to begin. I'm gonna tell the story, put myself out there like I have all week. There's things I used to do I don't do anymore. Okay, and I can tell you that. For example, I used to do. I used to spend hours and hours and hours listening to music, like literally. I don't do that anymore. I used to go and take long drives. I don't do that anymore. I used to sit here and watch the news faithfully. I used to watch Price is Right. I used to watch Young and Restless. I don't do those things anymore. I rarely watch TV anymore. I used to go to all these different type of restaurants. I used to go to Miami Subs. I used to go to Buds. Well, Buds I ain't been there in about 18 years because I got sick, so that's beside the point. I used to do a lot of different things. And when I tell you, it doesn't bring enjoyment to my life anymore. All right. I used to go to a lot of events in the community. I've cut back on a lot of that. That's why a lot of you don't see me in the public eye anymore. I had to learn to deal with my mental. I've gotten invited to a few events last year, but I'm not like out in the public eye. Like you're very close, no, because my mental. I had to deal with my mental. I had to deal with my pain. I had to deal with my hurt. I had to deal with me. And I can't be productive around other people when I know I'm not my best at where I'm going to be. See, we have a tendency to mask things so well, including myself. But I had to learn that if you're not right within yourself, how can you help somebody else out there? But as I go down this journey and walk with grief and healing, I begin to realize that the more I share my story, the moment I realize that I'm helping other people out here. Okay? So a lot of you haven't seen me in the public eye. I got away from that because family, the diameter of family changed. When you have loved ones at the time that have underlying condition, you got to put your focus on that because that's important. Family comes first before anything else because when you lay your head down, it's what matters. And that was the importance to me. So many people used to get upset or be unsure. The reason why you were unsure I wasn't going to attend these events because you wasn't sure I was going to show up. And 9 times out of 10, I wasn't going to show up because my family was first. My family came first. My family needed me in their time of need. They depend on me for a lot of things at the time. And even now they do. But I've learned how to balance this thing out. I've learned how to say no so frequently now. So this new version of me doesn't go everywhere somebody tells me to go. If you invite me to somewhere, I must respectfully tell you I can't attend. I have other obligations to make. That means taking care of my well-being and getting myself together. I don't want to feel stressed or overwhelmed by things. I am no longer a people pleaser. That doesn't exist anymore. I had to learn that you can do all you can to people please all you want to. But people gonna always have something to complain about. People gonna always have something to form their opinion about because that's what people do. So I stopped being a people pleaser. It didn't benefit me. It was wearing me down. I stopped trying to impress everybody. Just be myself. Be authentic. Be unbothered without apologetic. Be me. That's how I know how to be. And that's what the reality of it. That's the reality. Oh, I have this obligation I gotta tend to. No, I'm not doing that. If I can't make it, I can't make it. If it's not going along my schedule, it's just not happening. I'm not going to push myself and end up killing myself in the process. And what I mean is health wise. So don't you take it out of context. Like, you really drain yourself when you try to people please everybody. You're not going to put yourself in a hospital in an early grave. You're not doing that. I preserve myself and respectfully decline. Not because I want to, because I need to. Know the difference between the needs and the wants. So the new version of yourself, ladies and gentlemen, and children, listen up, is if you know it's important and it's going to benefit you, you take that opportunity to do that. But if you know it's not going to benefit you and help you, don't waste your time trying to be a people pleaser. That's going to drain you and kill you in the long run because you're going to feel so drained. You're going to feel so exhausted that you can't even function. If you continue to please people all the time, you can never get anywhere in life. So this new version of you gonna have to learn how to say no and stand on it. If somebody get mad, oh well. They can have their eyes roll up in the back of their head, and what that does that mean to you? You gotta worry about you. Who gonna take you to the hospital? Who's gonna be in the hospital bed with you? You. You gonna be in the hospital bed. You gonna be dealing with all these doctors and nurses coming in checking up on you. You gonna be laid up in the bed because you overworked yourself trying to be a people pleaser. So while you grieving, stop trying to fulfill these obligations, knowing your mental health and your well-being is not intact. Well, everybody depend on you. They can't depend on if you in the grave. They can't depend on if you laid up in the hospital bed in a coma. I had to tell people that for myself. You ain't finna kill me. No, you not. I'm gonna tell you straight to your face. If I can't do it, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing it. If you don't like it, that's too bad. You gotta know how you feel in your body. You do. Because that's the importance of the new version of you. And that new version is very bold and very assertive. You're like, Pastor Jay, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't want to offend nobody. Who cares? Let them talk. They talked about Jesus, so why does that even, what makes you think they're not going to talk about you? Stop worrying about what people say. Stop worrying about it. If you in pain and hurt, you got to go through this journey alone. But remember, God is with you through this journey. And you got to remind yourself that, hey, why do I have to reach to the capacity of man if they're going to continue to be the way they are? Because man going to be man, ladies and gentlemen. They are. So this new version of you is transforming. So you're birthing something out that's new about you. Things that you used to do, you no longer enjoy. And people have a tendency to bring up what you used to do. Baby, that was used to be. This is the new me. Get used to me. Get to know me and stop with the shenanigans. They're like, what's gotten into you? The truth of the matter is, when you begin to tolerate the same thing over and over again, you're going to continue to deal with it because you allow it. And what you allow is going to continue to fester on. And many times, you can't heal properly or find joy because you're still living in your past life. You got to let that old version of you go. And you got to do it with finding closure and peace within you. And that's what I had to learn to do. Point number two, not what people want, but what you want for yourself. Again, what not what people want, but what you want for yourself. What do you want for yourself, ladies and gentlemen and children? Think about that for a moment. What I want for myself, and I tell you early on, closure and happiness. That's what I want for myself. And I continue to stand on that word affirmingly. Definitely. Because when you overwork yourself and beat yourself down, you only drain yourself in the long. So the last point I'm going to share with y'all, we almost at the 30-minute mark. Grief is ongoing. Grief is a lifetime journey, everybody. The new version of you is a different version of you. Your mindset is not the same. You will never be this. You will never ever be the same again. You will not. The old version of you had a mom. The old version of you had a dad. The old version of you had your children. The old version of you had a husband. The old version of you had an auntie, an uncle, a grandpa, a grandma. The new version of you has to know something, and that is that you have survived these things. You have overcome these things. You still grieve along your journey. It's still an ongoing thing, but you don't allow it to consume your life all the time. You learn how to reflect memories and pictures and momentums in your heart. And you begin to start going through life again. remembering and reflecting. You're going to cry. You're going to get mad. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to relive all those emotions over and over again. But you're learning as you're going down this journey about yourself. That's the important part about it. I had to learn that for myself, and you will learn it about yourself as well. As you go down this journey, you will find things that are appealing to you, not to everybody else, but to you. You like, okay, Pastor Jay, give me an example. You may have people that have came into your parental view start saying things that are completely hurtful and literal about someone that has moved on because they have problems. They have a lot of issues, and they're trying to trigger something inside of you that's caused you to spiral out of control because they know your trigger points. Do not allow people to bring that to your members because of their bitterness. People are out here bitter. People are out here angry. People are definitely upset about so many different factors. And when they mention certain things that they feel about the person who's no longer here, that's their personal opinion. Do you want to punch them in the face or shove them? That's your instinct. But I've come to realize people are not worth the time or the effort or anything. Like Pastor Jay, why would you mention that? Because when you in the flesh, you want to show up and show out on people because you want to show them that you don't play. But at the same time, why would you put energy in someone who only wants to bring you down? So why not? Why would you even waste your time doing that? It's not worth it. You know, people have a funny way of bringing up your past, like they think you still live there. That resident has probably been vacant for over 40 years in some scenarios. People talking about, well, you used to be this and you used to be that. Shoulda, woulda, coulda used to be, not anymore. And then they start talking about, you the same you. That's all they see because that's all they allowed to see. That's how they know you and that's how they're going to always know you. They're going to look at what you're doing as to be mediocrity. That's why you have grown and outgrown them and moved on with your life while they still stuck in the yesterday's time because of who they are. And a lot of people are stuck on that yesterday's time. Family members, friends, co-workers, people you know, they still live in the past because they don't have any new update about what you're doing and how you're progressing. That's why people do it. So I just encourage you all today, as you're going down this walk of grief, I want you to really take time within yourself and really work on you. You matter. And in one time ministry, everybody's an individual. We all fellowship and come together, pray and worship and pray for each other. But the journey that you're walking is between you and God. We're all on that journey together. And we're walking and we're talking. We demonstrate love here in this platform. We demonstrate John 3:16 here. And the thing about it is, we really begin to understand the importance of love here. I have two rules. Love and respect is all I ask. We are all adults here. We don't come here with the yit yak, patty cat, give it type of dog type of mess over here. We stay drama free, okay? Because in order for you to help somebody, you got to take time to listen to somebody and what they're going through. And listening is so very important here in this ministry. In order for you to grow and learn, you have to listen. You have to have discipline, you have to listen, you have to have obedience, you have to be humble. Listening to everybody's viewpoint and outlook on things is very important. Everybody has a different perspective about grief. Everybody has a different perspective about how grief works in their life, and that's fine. That's why we all have different opinions of what that looks like in our lives. Okay, so now I want to share with you all the resources that you can get to give you that extra support. So you may be at different locations in various states because everybody's not from Florida on this platform. I know Grief Share has a lot of programs that you can do and attend. It's a very good outlet. I would love to get connected and do this for one time ministries so that way you get more deep depth of the concept of this. And this is definitely something that OTM will definitely be looking into because I've heard a lot of great things about Grief Share that's going to really give you an outlook of opening up uh, the floor to help people. Because grief is a way deeper conversation. I'm just giving you my experience of what I've dealt with in my own personal life. Everybody deals with grief so differently. Everybody feels things differently. Everybody has different emotions of what that may look like in their life. And that's the whole concept about it. You have to understand the whole scenario of it. Because the thing about it is, everybody, you learn so much about it. And you take so much initiative to really apply it to your life that it can be very, 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 very important. And a very important component that's going to help you jumpstart to a phenomenal and a promising life. Many of you will sit here and look at this life and say, Pastor Jay, I hear what you're saying, but I'm still struggling. You know why you still struggle? Because your heart not at ease by any of it. And the thing about it is, when your heart becomes at ease and you're able to fully release, the thing about it is a lot of us have a hard time letting go. And that's the hardest thing being human. You have a hard time letting go. And that causes you to stay in a place that will be very, very hard for you to move forward. A lot of people go through this every day. And they ask themselves, will it get better? You have to put it in the Most High. And He has the answers that man don't have. So thank you all for tuning into this series. I pray that this series bless each and every last one of you all. You can always go back and rewatch this live. I'm going to share the grief link, and the number for the suicide line is 988. All right? Because people need that. There's people who have triggers, and people really need that outlet. All right? So let me go ahead and share this link here so you can take a look at the grief share because they have in person and they have virtual. It depends on what city or state that you may be residing in, but I'm going to post it for YouTube, and I'm going to go ahead and post it inside of Facebook once the live is over with. So let me get to the chat. All right, this is for YouTube here. And let me see if I can pull it up here. You probably can see it on the screen here. Oh, I think you can. Or not. There we go. All right, you can see it right there on the screen, everyone. At the top, it says www.htp. You can see it right there. You can screenshot it right there. And then I'm going to also give you the number. And I forgot you can do comments here on Facebook as well. Give me a second. All right. So now we're going to go to Facebook. Not Facebook, we're going to go to. All right. So I'm going to share this link as well. And I forgot that you can all see this on Facebook too. So I didn't have to go back and repost it. So I'm going to also post this in the comment section so you all can see. All right. All right, this is the second one, and that's for the suicide hotline. Let me see if it's live. See if it's live on Facebook so you can see the chat. Yep, you can see the chat. So I'm gonna leave that up for just a moment so you can all take a look at that right there to your corner instead of me going back and forth, back and forth. All right, just a second, everybody. Give me a second. So again, we have the hotline for suicide hotline, and then we have the griefshare.org. If you can see both of those, so I'm gonna let the clock run till at least about 40 minutes, so that way give everybody a chance to jot that website down or even screenshot it. Everything's fine, everybody. I'm just giving people the opportunity to jot down those two websites. The first one is for Suicide Hotline, and the second one is for griefshare.org. If you have any questions or concerns, you can reach me this time of day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday, Saturdays and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast. Okay, everybody? All right. We're almost at the 40 mark, so I'm going to go ahead and end this live, everyone. I pray you all have a fantastic and a blessed weekend. I'll see you all back here Sunday for our children's and youth ministry, as well as our service for part-time ministry will be on at 8 a.m. to 8:30 and come back at 9 to 9:30, and we'll do our 10 o'clock service, which is at 10 a.m. This upcoming week's series is entitled Truth, Trust, and Belief. All right. I love each and every last one of you all in your respectable places. Again, have a phenomenal and a blessed Friday. Take care, congregation.